Welcome back to Your First Trade. I'm Scott Connor. Now it's time for the wrap on this Monday, October 24th. Well, U.S. indices opened higher following last week's strength, but did go negative after the first hour. But they turned around and rallied into the close and held on to most of those gains. Now, overnight, there were some concerns about the Dow Jones Shanghai. It was down over 2% on the day, but European indices were up between 0.75% and 1.5%. Looking at the S&P 500 sectors, 10 out of 11 were up, and of the 500 stocks, 420 were in the green, and only 80 were in the red. But look at most of the major U.S. indices up between 0.3% and almost 1.5%. So good strength across the board today. Now, let's turn our attention to some of the commodities we're following. And starting off with oil, it did trade as high as $85.90 during the day, but right now trading down about 0.2% at $84.87 a barrel. As far as gasoline goes, it was up about 1.25%, trading at $2.50 a gallon. And natural gas, after being negative for the last several days, actually showed a little bit of strength today, up a little over 4%, up to $5.18. As far as gold, kind of a quiet day, down about $2.30. Right now trading at $1,654 an ounce. Now, as far as yields go, let's look at the TNX. The 10-year yield did trade as high as 4.28%. Did come down a little bit right now. It was 4.23%. Remember to move that decimal place one to the left. Bitcoin, kind of a quiet day as well, up about $175. Currently trading 19,370. As far as fear and uncertainty goes, well, let's look at the VIX index. Now, it did trade as high as 30.75 when the market was selling off the first hour, but as you can see, ended up below 30. Right now, trading at 29.85. As far as sectors go in the S&P 500, let's start off with the strength. Relative strength came in information technology, consumer staples, and healthcare. Look at some of the names there, like Microsoft in IT, Costco and Walmart. Good days in the consumer staple and in healthcare. HCA showing some good strength following its recent earnings, and J&J also positive. Now, relative weakness, we saw that in energy, real estate, and materials. Looking at the names there, you can see Chevron down just slightly on the day. American Tower and Crown Castle in the real estate sector down close to 1%. DuPont up a little bit, but Freeport-McMoRan, again, selling off a little bit after its earnings just recently announced. Now let's look at some individual names that are in the news, starting off with Tesla. Now it did announce 9% price cuts coming up in China for the S&Y models. They also talked about missing delivery targets potentially and a recession type environment in China and the European Union. The stock itself at one point was down $15 below 200, but it rallied back, only down $3 on the close, or 1.5% on the day. Also, let's take a look at Meta Platforms, parent of Facebook. Now, Bank of America downgraded the stock from buy to neutral. They also lowered their target from 196 down to 150. Stock was down at one point about $5 on the day, but like Tesla, came back and only closed down 29 cents. So both of these stocks coming back despite some negative news. As far as economic data goes, let's start off with Chicago Fed National Activity Index. Now, last time this came in at 0.1 and came in at the exact same level this time, 0.1, so no big change there. But we did get the PMI Composite Index, and this is a little more important. This is for the month of October. Last time, this composite number came in at 49.5. We were looking for 49.3, but it came in at 47.3, so definitely missed there. Manufacturing, we were looking for 51. It came in at 49.9, and services, looking for 49.2. It came in at 46.6, so definitely saw weakness on the service side. All right, well, that's going to do it for the wrap on this Monday, October 24th.